Chapter 6a. Introduction. This lesson is about catastrophes and natural disasters such as earthquakes, volcanoes, floods, tsunamis, wildfires, hurricanes, and pandemics. These disasters can suddenly destroy homes, land, and lives. The lesson especially talks about the eruption of the Tambora volcano in Indonesia in 1815. The eruption killed many people and sent huge amounts of dust into the sky. The dust blocked sunlight, made the earth colder, and caused crops to fail. Because there was little sunshine and food, the year 1816 became known as the year without a summer in Europe. The lesson also includes lines from the poem Darkness by Lord Byron. In the poem, the poet imagines a frightening world where the sun has gone out, stars have disappeared, and the earth is dark and cold. The poem uses strong imagery to describe fear, darkness, and destruction. Summary. Darkness. The lesson, catastrophe, explains how natural disasters can suddenly change life on Earth. A catastrophe means a terrible event that causes great destruction and loss of life. The word comes from the ancient Greek word katastrophe, which means a sudden turning. Related words are catastrophic and cataclysmic. Natural disasters include earthquakes, volcanic eruptions, tsunamis, floods, droughts, wildfires, hurricanes, and pandemics. These events are dangerous because they happen suddenly and people often do not get enough time to prepare themselves. The lesson begins with lines from the poem Darkness written by Lord Byron in 1816. In the poem, forests are burning and trees are crashing down in darkness. The poet describes a frightening world where everything becomes black. These lines help readers imagine fear, destruction, and hopelessness. The text asks readers to think about how they would feel if there were complete darkness all the time. Without the sun, moon, or stars, people would feel frightened, lonely, confused, and helpless. Life would become difficult because sunlight is important for warmth, food, and survival. The lesson then explains a real historical event. In 1815, the Tambora volcano in Indonesia erupted violently. Around 80,000 people on nearby islands died because of the eruption and its effects. Huge amounts of ash and dust went high into the Earth's atmosphere. This dust blocked sunlight from reaching Earth properly. Because sunlight was reduced, temperatures around the world became colder. As a result, crops could not grow well and harvests failed in many places. There was a shortage of food, and many people suffered from hunger. Europe experienced cold weather and dark skies even during summer. Because the weather was so strange and cold, the year 1816 became known as the year without a summer. During this dark and gloomy time, Lord Byron wrote the poem Darkness. In the poem, the speaker says he had a dream that felt real. In this dream, the bright sun disappeared completely. The stars wandered through endless space without light. The earth became icy, blind, black, and lonely in the dark sky without the moon. Morning came again and again, but there was still no daylight. The poet uses powerful imagery to create feelings of fear, sadness, loneliness, and destruction. The poem shows an imaginary world where nature has stopped working normally. It is darker and more frightening than the real effects of the Tambora eruption. The real event caused cold weather and poor harvests, but the poem describes complete darkness and the end of hope itself. The lesson also teaches some difficult vocabulary words. Darkling means moving in darkness. Rayless means without rays of light. Crackle means to make a sharp burning sound. Trunk means the main stem of a tree. Extinguish means to put out a fire or light. Eternal means endless or forever. Overall, the lesson teaches students about natural disasters, the effects of volcanic eruptions, and how poets use imagery and language to describe fear and destruction. Answers of all questions. Talk about. Question: how would you feel if there was complete darkness, day and night? Answer: I would feel scared, lonely, and helpless because there would be no light at all. Question: what would it be like if you were not able to see the sun, the moon or the stars? How would you feel? Answer: life would feel strange, cold, and frightening. I would feel sad and worried because the world would seem empty and dark. Comprehension A. Question: describe what is happening in the excerpt of the poem. Answer: in the poem, the sun has disappeared, the stars have lost their light, and the earth has become dark, cold, and black. Morning comes but there is still no daylight. Comprehension B. Question: Lord Byron uses a lot of imagery in the extract from Darkness. Find one example and explain it as fully as possible in your own words. Answer: One example is, the bright sun was extinguished. This means the sun has gone out like a fire. The world becomes dark, cold, and frightening because there is no sunlight left. Comprehension C. Question: Look back to the explanation of the dark summer of 1816 at the top of the page. Discuss the differences between the two accounts of the effects of catastrophes on Earth. Answer: The explanation about 1816 talks about real events like cold weather, crop failure, and food shortages after the Tambora eruption. The poem gives a more dramatic and imaginary picture where the whole earth becomes completely dark and hopeless. Stretch zone. Question: What does to crackle mean? Answer: To crackle means to make small sharp sounds like burning wood. Question: What does trunk mean? Answer: Trunk means the mythic stem of a tree. Question: What does to extinguish mean? Answer: To extinguish means to put out a fire or light. Question: What does eternal mean? Answer: Eternal means lasting forever or never ending. Grammar, vocabulary exercise solutions. Word origins. Question: What does the word catastrophe mean? Answer: A catastrophe means a terrible disaster or sudden destructive event. Question: What is the origin of the word catastrophe? Answer: It comes from the ancient Greek word katastrophe, meaning a sudden turning. Question: What does kata mean? Answer: Kata means downwards. Question: Write related words of catastrophe. Answer: Catastrophic, cataclysmic. Glossary words. Question: What does darkling mean? Answer: Darkling means moving or wandering in darkness. Question: What does rayless mean? Answer: Rayless means without rays of light. Important MCQs with answers. What is the main topic of the lesson? A. Space travel. B. Natural disasters. C. Farming. D. Sports. Answer: B. Natural disasters. What does the word catastrophe mean? A. Celebration. B. Disaster. C. Happiness. D. Success. Answer: B. Disaster. Which disaster is discussed in the lesson? A. Earthquake. B. Hurricane. C. Tambora volcano eruption. D. Tornado. Answer: C. Tambora volcano eruption. Where did the Tambora volcano erupt? A. India. B. Indonesia. C. Japan. D. China. Answer: B. Indonesia. In which year did Tambora erupt? A. 1814. B. 1815. C. 1816. D. 1820. Answer: B. 1815. About how many people were killed? A. 8,000. B. 18,000. C. उसी हजार. D. 1,00,000. Answer: C. उसी हजार. What blocked the sunlight after the eruption? A. Rain. B. Smoke and dust. C. Snow. D. Wind. Answer: B. Smoke and dust. What happened to temperatures around the world? A. They increased. B. They disappeared. C. They reduced. D. They stayed the same. Answer: C. They reduced. Why could crops not grow properly? A. Too much heat. B. Lack of sunlight. C. Too much water. D. Strong winds. Answer: B. Lack of sunlight. What was 1816 called in Europe? A. Year of fire. B. Year without rain. C. Year without a summer. D. Year of ice. Answer: C. Year without a summer. Who wrote the poem Darkness? A. Shakespeare. B. Wordsworth. C. Lord Byron. D. Milton. Answer: C. Lord Byron. In which year was Darkness written? A. 1815, B. 1816, C. 1820, D. 1830. Answer B. 1816. What happened to the sun in the poem? A. It exploded. B. It disappeared. C. It became brighter. D. It moved closer. Answer B. It disappeared. How are the stars described? A. Bright. B. Colorful. C. Rayless. D. Golden. Answer C. Rayless. What does rayless mean? A. Full of light. B. Without light rays. C. Warm. D. Bright red. Answer B. Without light rays. What does darkling mean? A. Shining brightly. B. Flying fast. C. Moving in darkness. D. Sleeping. Answer C. Moving in darkness. How is the earth described in the poem? A. Green and warm. B. Blind and blackening. C. Sunny and bright. D. Wet and muddy. Answer B. Blind and blackening. What does moonless air mean? A. Air without clouds. B. Air without wind. C. Sky without the moon. D. Dark rain. Answer C. Sky without the moon. What came but brought no day? A. Rain. B. Wind. C. Morning. D. Snow. Answer C. Morning. What feeling does the poem create? A. Joy. B. Fear. C. Excitement. D. Humor. Answer B. Fear. What is imagery? A. Rhyming words. B. Descriptive language creating pictures in the mind. C. Questions in poems. D. Funny language. Answer B. Descriptive language creating pictures in the mind. What does to extinguish mean? A. To light. B. To burn. C. To put out. D. To freeze. Answer C. To put out. What does eternal mean? A. Short. B. Endless. C. Loud. D. Empty. Answer B. Endless. What does crackle mean? A. To whisper. B. To burn with sharp sounds. C. To cry. D. To sleep. Answer B. To burn with sharp sounds. What is a trunk? A. A branch. B. A leaf. C. Stem of a tree. D. A root. Answer C. Stem of a tree. Which disaster is not mentioned? A. Flood. B. Pandemic. C. Tsunami. D. Avalanche. Answer D. Avalanche. What caused food shortages? A. Heavy traffic. B. Poor harvests. C. Too many animals. D. Strong winds. Answer B. Poor harvests. The poem Darkness is mainly about A. Happiness. B. Adventure. C. Fearful darkness. D. Friendship. Answer C. Fearful darkness. What type of event is a catastrophe? A. Ordinary event. B. Happy event. C. Sudden destructive event. D. Funny event. Answer C. Sudden destructive event. What is the main message of the lesson? A. Nature can be powerful and dangerous. B. Volcanoes are beautiful. C. Darkness is enjoyable. D. Winter is the best season. Answer A. Nature can be powerful and dangerous. Chapter 6b. Introduction. The text explains what volcanoes are and how they work. It says that hot melted rock called magma is found under the Earth's crust. When the Earth's plates move, magma can rise and escape through the surface, forming a volcano. Volcanoes can erupt on land or under the ocean. The text also talks about the famous eruption of Mount Vesuvius in Italy in South CE. This eruption destroyed the Roman cities of Pompeii and Herculaneum. A Roman writer named Pliny the Younger described the eruption in a letter. He wrote about how his uncle, Pliny the Elder, tried to rescue people while ash, rocks, fire, and darkness covered the area. His detailed description later helped scientists understand volcanic eruptions. Summary: eruption of Mount Vesuvius, South North Sea and an eyewitness account. The lesson begins by explaining volcanoes and how they work. A volcano is formed when hot melted rock from under the earth comes out through cracks in the earth's surface. Under the earth's crust is a very hot layer called the mantle. The mantle contains melted rock known as magma. The earth's crust is divided into huge moving sections called earth's plates. When these plates move towards or away from each other, the magma inside the earth also moves. Sometimes magma fills gaps under the earth's crust. When there is too much pressure and no space left underground, the magma is pushed out through the surface of the earth. This creates a volcano. Some volcanoes are found on land while others form under the ocean. Underwater volcanoes can also send magma above the surface of the sea. The text also explains the origin of the word volcano. It comes from the Latin word volcanus, the Roman god of fire. A related word is volcanic. The glossary explains that magma is hot liquid rock underground, while Earth's plates are huge sections of the Earth's crust that slowly move around. The lesson then introduces Mount Vesuvius, one of the world's most famous volcanoes. It is located near the Bay of Naples in Italy. Even though it is an active volcano, around 3 million people still live near it. The volcano's most famous eruption happened in South North Sea. This terrible eruption destroyed the Roman cities of Pompeii and Herculaneum. Today, the remains of these cities are visited by many tourists every year. The eruption was described in detail by Pliny the Younger in letters he wrote many years later. He wrote about his uncle, Pliny the Elder, who tried bravely to rescue people trapped near the volcano. Pliny the Elder was also interested in science and wanted to observe the eruption closely. In the eyewitness account, Pliny the Younger explains that his uncle ordered ships to be prepared and sailed across the bay toward the dangerous area. Ash was already falling onto the ships as they traveled closer to the volcano. The nearer they came, the darker and heavier the atmosphere became. Burning rocks landed on the ships, and the sea was full of debris, making it impossible to reach the shore safely. The ships then sailed to another part of the bay where people were waiting to escape. However, the wind trapped the ships in the harbor. Huge flames lit up the mountain while Pliny the Elder and his men hurried into a nearby house for safety. Inside the house, the floors shook and moved because ash and stones were flowing beneath them. Strong earthquakes also shook the building. Outside, the danger became even worse. Ash and rocks continued to fall from the sky. To protect themselves, the frightened people tied pillows to their heads before trying to return to the ships. The darkness was so deep and thick that it seemed darker than any normal night. Only torches gave them some light. When they finally reached the ships, the sea was too rough and full of debris for them to escape. The lesson teaches students how to understand non-fiction texts and use evidence from the text to answer comprehension questions. It also encourages students to think about memory and how difficult it can be to remember details of events many years later. Overall, the lesson explains volcanoes scientifically and also shows the human fear, bravery, and destruction caused by volcanic eruptions through the real eyewitness account of Mount Vesuvius. Answers of all questions. Chibi non-fiction reading. Question: what is a volcano? Answer: a volcano is an opening in the earth where hot magma comes out from under the surface. Question: what is magma? Answer: magma is hot melted rock found underground. Question: what are Earth's plates? Answer: Earth's plates are huge moving sections of the Earth's crust. See non-fiction listening and writing. Question: what should students do while the teacher reads the text for the first time? Answer: students should listen carefully. Question: what should students do while the teacher reads the text for the second time? Answer: students may take brief notes. Question: what should students do with a partner? Answer: they should rewrite the text informally in their own words. D. Comprehension A. Question: what did Pliny the Elder hope to achieve by making the dangerous journey to Mount Vesuvius during the eruption? Answer: he hoped to save as many people as possible from the eruption. Question: What changes did Pliny observe as he got closer to the land? Answer: The atmosphere became darker and denser, ash fell on the ships, burning rocks landed on the decks, and the sea became full of debris. Shady comprehension B. Question: How does Pliny use language to let the reader know that it was extremely dark? Answer: He says the darkness was thicker and blacker than any night, showing how frightening and deep the darkness was. Question: What is Pliny referring to in the metaphor of broad sheets of brilliant flame? Answer: He is referring to the large flames and fire coming from the volcano. Stretch zone. Question: Why is it difficult to remember events clearly after many years? Answer: It is difficult because people forget details over time. Grammar, vocabulary exercise solutions. Glossary. Question: What does magma mean? Answer: Magma means hot liquid rock underground. Question: What are Earth's plates? Answer: Earth's plates are huge sections of the Earth's crust that move around. Word origins. Question: Where does the word volcano come from? Answer: It comes from the Latin word volcanus, the Roman ruler of fire. Question: Write the related word of volcano. Answer: Volcanic. Diagram labels. Question: What is a crater? Answer: A crater is the bowl-shaped opening at the top of a volcano. Question: What are layers of ash and lava? Answer: They are layers formed by volcanic eruptions over time. Question: What is a secondary cone? Answer: A secondary cone is a smaller cone formed on the side of a volcano. Question: What is lava? Answer: Lava is magma that comes out onto the Earth's surface. Question: What is the Mee vent? Answer: The Mee vent is the Mee passage through which magma rises. Question: What is a magma chamber? Answer: A magma chamber is an underground area where magma collects. Important MCQs with answers. What is found under the Earth's crust? A. Ice. B. Water. C. Mantle. D. Sand. Answer: C. Mantle. What is magma? A. Cold rock. B. Hot liquid rock. C. Rainwater. D. Gas. Answer: B. Hot liquid rock. What causes magma to move? A. Wind. B. Earth's plates moving. C. Rain. D. Snow. Answer: B. Earth's plates moving. What happens when magma comes out of the earth? A. Flood. B. Volcano forms. C. Earth freezes. D. Forest grows. Answer: B. Volcano forms. Volcanoes can also happen. A. In deserts only. B. Under the ocean. C. In space. D. In rivers only. Answer: B. Under the ocean. The word volcano comes from A. Greek. B. Arabic. C. Latin. D. French. Answer: C. Latin. Who was Volcanus? A. Roman ruler of fire. B. Greek king. C. Roman soldier. D. Scientist. Answer: A. Roman ruler of fire. What is the related word of volcano? A. Volcanic. B. Volcanus. C. Volcanism. D. Lava. Answer: A. Volcanic. Where is Mount Vesuvius located? A. France. B. Italy. C. Spain. D. Greece. Answer: B. Italy. Mount Vesuvius is near A. Bay of Naples. B. Red Sea. C. Atlantic Ocean. D. River Nile. Answer: A. Bay of Naples. Mount Vesuvius is A. Extinct. B. Active. C. Frozen. D. Underwater. Answer: B. Active. About how many people live near Mount Vesuvius? A. 3 lakh. B. 10 lakh. C. 30 lakh. D. 50 lakh. Answer: C. 30 lakh. When was the most famous eruption of Mount Vesuvius? A. 709 CE. B. एक सफ़र सफ़र सी सी 1944 डी 1815 आंसर ए 79 CE Which cities were destroyed? A. Rome and Milan. B. Pompeii and Herculaneum. C. Venice and Naples. D. Athens and Sparta. Answer B. Pompeii and Herculaneum. Who described the eruption in letters? A. Lord Byron. B. Pliny the Younger. C. Shakespeare. D. Julius Caesar. Answer B. Pliny the Younger. Who tried to save people during the eruption? A. Pliny the Elder. B. Caesar. C. Nero. D. Byron. Answer A. Pliny the Elder. What was falling onto the ships? A. Snow. B. Leaves. C. Ash. D. Water. Answer C. Ash. What landed on the ship's decks? A. Birds. B. Burning rocks. C. Trees. D. Fish. Answer B. Burning rocks. Why could the ships not approach the land? A. Strong soldiers. B. Thick debris in the sea. C. Heavy rain. D. Icebergs. Answer B. Thick debris in the sea. What trapped the ships in the harbor? A. Fire. B. Wind. C. Snow. D. Waves. Answer B. Wind. What lit up the mountain? A. Torches. B. Lightning. C. Brilliant flames. D. Moonlight. Answer C. Brilliant flames. What happened to the house floors? A. They disappeared. B. They rose and fell. C. They became cold. D. They broke completely. Answer B. They rose and fell. What shook the house? A. Tremors. B. Rain. C. Wind. D. Flood. Answer A. Tremors. What did people tie to their heads? A. Cloth. B. Helmets. C. Pillows. D. Hats. Answer C. Pillows. How was the darkness described? A. Bright and clear. B. Thick and blacker than night. C. Warm and soft. D. Cold and silent. Answer B. Thick and blacker than night. What helped people see in the darkness? A. Moonlight. B. Sunlight. C. Torches. D. Stars. Answer C. Torches. Why could the ships not sail away? A. No sailors. B. Rough water and debris. C. Broken ships. D. Lack of wind. Answer B. Rough water and debris. What is lava? A. Underground magma. B. Magma on the Earth's surface. C. Ice rock. D. Ocean water. Answer B. Magma on the Earth's surface. What is a crater? A. Underground cave. B. Volcano opening at the top. C. River. D. Rock layer. Answer B. Volcano opening at the top. What is the main idea of the lesson? A. Volcanoes can be powerful and destructive. B. Volcanoes are harmless. C. Ships are always safe. D. Fire is useful only. Answer A. Volcanoes can be powerful and destructive. Chapter 6C. Introduction. The text explains how artists painted volcanoes in different ways. Some artists showed the violence, danger, fire, and power of volcanic eruptions. Two paintings of Mount Vesuvius are discussed. One was painted by Johann Christian Dahl and another by Joseph Wright of Derby. Joseph Wright became very interested in volcanoes after seeing an eruption of Mount Vesuvius and painted many volcano pictures. The lesson also talks about Mount Fuji in Japan and a famous print called South Wind, Clear Sky, Red Fuji by Katsushika Hokusai. Unlike the violent volcano paintings, this artwork shows a calm and beautiful mountain glowing red in sunlight. The lesson teaches students how to describe paintings, colors, atmosphere, and personal opinions. Summary: Volcanoes in art. This lesson is about volcanoes in art and how artists use paintings to show the beauty, danger, and power of nature. Many artists throughout history have painted volcanoes because eruptions are dramatic, exciting, and frightening. Volcanoes produce fire, smoke, lava, and explosions that create strong visual effects. The first part of the lesson discusses two paintings of Mount Vesuvius. One painting is called The Eruption of Vesuvius by Johann Christian Dahl, painted in 1821. The second painting is Vesuvius from Potocki by Joseph Wright of Derby, painted between 1774 and 1776. Joseph Wright of Derby was fascinated by volcanoes and especially loved the dramatic effects of fire and light during eruptions at night. After watching Mount Vesuvius erupt between 1773 and 1775, he painted more than 30 paintings of the volcano. He used bright glowing lava and dark skies to create powerful light effects in his art. The lesson asks students whether the painters might also have been in danger while painting volcanoes. Since volcanoes are unpredictable and dangerous, the artists may have risked their lives to get close enough to observe eruptions carefully. Like Pliny the Elder in the earlier lesson, the painters may also have faced danger from lava, ash, smoke, and explosions. The next part of the lesson introduces a very different kind of volcano artwork. It shows Mount Fuji, a famous Japanese mountain. Mount Fuji last erupted in 1707 and is known for its beautiful cone shape. During certain weather conditions, especially in late summer or early autumn, the mountain slopes can appear red because of sunlight. The artwork is called South Wind, Clear Sky, also known as Red Fuji, created by the Japanese artist Katsushika Hokusai. This picture is calm and peaceful, unlike the violent paintings of Mount Vesuvius. Instead of showing fire and destruction, it shows natural beauty, peace, and color. The lesson also teaches students how to answer comprehension questions by carefully observing pictures. Students learn to describe colors, atmosphere, mood, and the effects of people shown in paintings. For example, people standing near lava in a painting can make the volcano appear even larger, more frightening, and more dangerous. Finally, the lesson explains synonyms. Synonyms are words with the same or nearly the same meaning. Students are encouraged to use many descriptive words while writing about volcanoes. Examples include terrible, fearful, and awe-inspiring, which all describe the great power of volcanoes. Overall, the lesson teaches students how art can show both the destructive power and the beauty of volcanoes, while also improving their observation and descriptive language skills. Grammar comprehension exercise solutions. Talk about. Question: Pliny the Younger's uncle was in danger as a result of getting close to a volcano. Do you think the painters of these two paintings were in jeopardy as well? Explain your answer. Answer: yes, the painters may also have been in danger because volcanoes are unpredictable. They may have gone close to eruptions to observe the fire, smoke, and lava carefully for their paintings. Comprehension A. Question: describe what is happening in each of the three paintings. Answer. In Eruption of Vesuvius, the volcano is erupting violently with lava, smoke, and fire. In Vesuvius from Potocki, Mount Vesuvius is glowing with fire and lava during the night. In Red Fuji, Mount Fuji looks calm, peaceful, and red in sunlight under a clear sky. Comprehension B. Question: describe the colors and atmosphere of each of the three paintings. Answer. Eruption of Vesuvius has dark colors mixed with bright orange and red lava. The atmosphere feels dangerous and frightening. Vesuvius from Potocki has glowing fire colors against a dark sky. The atmosphere feels dramatic and powerful. Red Fuji uses soft red, blue, and clear colors. The atmosphere feels calm, peaceful, and beautiful. Question: what effect does the presence of people near the lava have in the first painting? Answer: the people make the volcano look larger, more dangerous, and more powerful because humans appear small beside the lava. Comprehension C. Question: which painting do you prefer? Explain your reasons. Answer, I prefer red Fuji because it looks peaceful, colorful, and beautiful. The calm atmosphere makes the mountain look majestic. Language tip. Question, what are synonyms? Answer, synonyms are words that have the same or nearly the same meaning. Question, give synonyms that describe the power of a volcano. Answer, terrible, fearful, awe-inspiring. Important MCQs with answers. What is the main topic of this lesson? A. Oceans. B. Volcanoes in art. C. Space travel. D. Forests. Answer, B. Volcanoes in art. What do many artists try to capture in volcano paintings? A. Peace only. B. Violence and force. C. Rainfall. D. Buildings. Answer, B. Violence and force. Who painted Eruption of Vesuvius? A. Hokusai. B. Lord Byron. C. Johann Christian Dahl. D. Pliny. Answer, C. Johann Christian Dahl. What nationality was Johann Christian Dahl? A. Italian. B. Norwegian. C. Japanese. D. French. Answer, B. Norwegian. In which year was Eruption of Vesuvius painted? A. 1774. B. 1707. C. 1821. D. 1815. Answer, C. 1821. Who painted Vesuvius from Portici? A. Hokusai. B. Joseph Wright of Derby. C. Dahl. D. Byron. Answer, B. Joseph Wright of Derby. What nationality was Joseph Wright of Derby? A. English. B. Roman. C. Greek. D. Spanish. Answer, A. English. How many volcano paintings did Joseph Wright paint? A. 5. B. 10. C. over 30. D. 100. Answer, C. over 30. What fascinated Joseph Wright? A. Trees. B. Fire and light effects. C. Animals. D. Rivers. Answer, B. Fire and light effects. Which volcano did Joseph Wright paint many times? A. Mount Fuji. B. Mount Everest. C. Mount Vesuvius. D. Tambora. Answer, C. Mount Vesuvius. When did Joseph Wright see the eruption? A. 1707. B. 1773 से 1775. C. 1821. D. 1944. Answer, B. 1773 से 1775. Why might the painters have been in danger? A. Volcanoes are unpredictable. B. Paintings are heavy. C. They traveled by ship. D. They worked at night. Answer, A. Volcanoes are unpredictable. Which mountain is famous for its cone shape? A. Everest. B. Fuji. C. Alps. D. Kilimanjaro. Answer, B. Fuji. Where is Mount Fuji located? A. China. B. Korea. C. Japan. D. Italy. Answer, C. Japan. When did Mount Fuji last erupt? A. 1815. B. 1775. C. 1707. D. 1944. Answer, C. 1707. What can make Mount Fuji appear red? A. Snow. B. Moonlight. C. Sun rays. D. Rain. Answer, C. Sun rays. Who created Red Fuji? A. Dahl. B. Byron. C. Hokusai. D. Wright. Answer, C. Hokusai. What is another name for south wind, clear sky? A. Red Mountain. B. Red Fuji. C. Burning Sky. D. Fire Mountain. Answer, B. Red Fuji. What type of artwork is Red Fuji? A. Oil painting. B. Sculpture. C. Woodblock print. D. Photograph. Answer, C. Woodblock print. How is Red Fuji different from the Vesuvius paintings? A. It is peaceful and calm. B. It shows destruction. C. It has no mountain. D. It is black and white. Answer A. It is peaceful and calm. Which colors are common in volcano paintings? A. Orange and red. B. Pink and purple. C. Green and white. D. Brown and grey only. Answer A. Orange and red. What does lava represent in the paintings? A. Calmness. B. Danger and power. C. Happiness. D. Snow. Answer B. Danger and power. What effect do people near lava create? A. Volcano looks smaller. B. Volcano looks more powerful. C. Painting looks funny. D. Scene looks peaceful. Answer B. Volcano looks more powerful. What is atmosphere in art? A. Type of paint. B. Feeling or mood. C. Shape of mountain. D. Size of picture. Answer B. Feeling or mood. What kind of atmosphere does Red Fuji create? A. Violent. B. Frightening. C. Peaceful. D. Angry. Answer C. Peaceful. What are synonyms? A. Opposite words. B. Similar meaning words. C. Difficult words. D. Action words. Answer B. Similar meaning words. Which word is a synonym for fearful? A. Brave. B. Terrible. C. Happy. D. Small. Answer B. Terrible. Which word means awe-inspiring? A. Amazing and powerful. B. Weak. C. Tiny. D. Colorless. Answer A. Amazing and powerful. What is the main purpose of the lesson? A. To teach maths. B. To compare volcano art and describe pictures. C. To teach sports. D. To explain farming. Answer B. To compare volcano art and describe pictures. What is the overall message of the lesson? A. Art can show both the danger and beauty of volcanoes. B. Volcanoes are harmless. C. Paintings are easy to make. D. Mountains never erupt. Answer A. Art can show both the danger and beauty of volcanoes. Chapter 6D. Introduction. The text explains how to write a radio report about a volcanic eruption. Students are asked to describe the eruption of Mount Vesuvius in an exciting and detailed way for listeners. They should use vivid descriptions, facts, and direct and indirect speech. The lesson also explains earthquakes and tsunamis. Earthquakes happen when the Earth's plates move at fault lines. Underwater earthquakes can create giant waves called tsunamis. The text describes the terrible 2004 tsunami near Sumatra, Indonesia, which destroyed many communities across Southeast Asia. The final section compares two images, the Great Wave of Kanagawa by Katsushika Hokusai and a photograph of the 2004 tsunami destruction. The lesson teaches students how images can create emotions and how artists and photographers use pictures to show the power and destruction of natural disasters. Summary: Be a radio reporter. This lesson begins with a fiction writing and role-play activity about being a radio reporter during the eruption of Mount Vesuvius. Students must imagine they are among the first reporters at the dangerous scene. Their job is to explain clearly to listeners what is happening because the audience cannot see the volcano themselves. The lesson advises students to use exciting language and vivid descriptions to make the report interesting. Students should include facts about the eruption, such as lava, smoke, ash, fire, explosions, and frightened people. They are encouraged to use new vocabulary learned in the chapter. The report should sound realistic and dramatic. Students should also practice reading the report aloud so it sounds exciting and emotional. The lesson teaches students to use both direct speech and indirect speech. Direct speech repeats the exact words spoken by people, while indirect speech reports the meaning without using the exact words. Students can include comments from witnesses, scientists, or experts to make their report more realistic. The next section explains earthquakes and tsunamis. The Earth's crust is divided into huge plates that slowly move. At some places called fault lines, one plate may slip under another. This movement causes earthquakes. Cities built near fault lines are in danger because earthquakes can happen there suddenly. The text explains that underwater earthquakes are especially dangerous because they can create tsunamis. A tsunami is a giant ocean wave caused by the transfer of energy from an underwater earthquake to the water above it. These waves travel extremely fast, even faster than a jet plane. They can also become very high when they reach land. The lesson describes the terrible tsunami that happened on 26 December 2004 near Sumatra in Indonesia. A massive underwater earthquake caused a tsunami that spread across 600 km in only 75 minutes. The tsunami destroyed many homes, towns, and communities across Southeast Asia. Many people lost their lives, and the disaster caused great suffering and devastation. The lesson also explains the word origin of tsunami. It comes from the Japanese language. Tsu means harbor, and nami means wave. The final section is about interpreting images. One image is the Great Wave of Kanagawa by Katsushika Hokusai. In the artwork, a giant wave rises powerfully while Mount Fuji appears in the background. The wave looks huge and dangerous, showing the strength of nature. The second image is a real photograph showing destruction after the 2004 tsunami. The photograph shows damaged buildings, destruction, and suffering people. It creates sadness and shock in viewer. The lesson asks students to think about journalism and ethics. Journalists often take upsetting photographs to show the truth about disasters. Such images create emotional responses and help people understand the seriousness of tragedies. However, some people believe it may be uncomfortable or unfair to show pictures of suffering people. Students are also asked to use metaphors and similes to describe the images. A metaphor compares one thing directly to another, while a simile compares using words like, as, or like. Overall, the lesson teaches students about natural disasters, descriptive writing, journalism, art, and the emotional power of images. Grammar comprehension exercise solutions. Cheesy fiction writing and role play. Question: what should you include in a radio report about a volcanic eruption? Answer: we should include facts, vivid descriptions, exciting language, and details about lava, ash, smoke, fire, and people's reactions. Question: why should the report sound exciting? Answer: the listeners cannot see the volcano, so the report must help them imagine the scene clearly. Question: what is direct speech? Answer: direct speech gives the exact words spoken by a person. Example: the scientist said, the volcano is erupting violently. Question: what is indirect speech? Answer: indirect speech reports the meaning of what someone said without using their exact words. Example: the scientist said that the volcano was erupting violently. CH Nonfiction reading. Question: what causes earthquakes? Answer: earthquakes happen when Earth's plates move or slip at fault lines. Question: what are fault lines? Answer: fault lines are boundaries where Earth's plates meet and move. Question: what causes a tsunami? Answer: a tsunami is caused by an underwater earthquake. Question: how fast can tsunami waves travel? Answer: tsunami waves can travel faster than a jet plane. Question: what happened on 26 December 2004? Answer: a gigantic underwater earthquake near Sumatra caused a devastating tsunami across Southeast Asia. Question: what does the word tsunami mean? Answer: tsunami means harbor wave in Japanese. Chai comprehension A. Question: what do you see in these two images? How do they make you feel? Answer: The first image shows a giant wave near Mount Fuji. The second image shows destruction after a tsunami. The images make me feel shocked, sad, and amazed by the power of nature. 6. Comprehension B. Question: think of a metaphor and a simile to describe the scene in each of these images. Answer. Metaphor: the wave was a giant monster swallowing everything. Simile: the wave rose like a huge wall of water. 6. Comprehension C. Question: what do you think the artist and the photographer were hoping to achieve when they made these images? Answer: they wanted to show the power and destruction of nature and create strong emotions in people. Word origins. Question: what does "su" mean? Answer: "su" means harbor. Question: what does "nami" mean? Answer: "nami" means wave. Important MCQs with answers. What activity is discussed in 6G? A. Cooking. B. Radio reporting. C. Farming. D. Painting. Answer: B. Radio reporting. What volcano is mentioned in the radio report task? A. Fuji. B. Tambora. C. Vesuvius. D. Krakatoa. Answer: C. Vesuvius. Why should the report sound exciting? A. To entertain only. B. Because listeners cannot see the scene. C. To make it funny. D. To confuse people. Answer: B. Because listeners cannot see the scene. What should be included in the report? A. Jokes only. B. Facts and vivid descriptions. C. Poems only. D. Songs only. Answer: B. Facts and vivid descriptions. Which type of speech gives exact spoken words? A. Indirect speech. B. Silent speech. C. Direct speech. D. Reported speech. Answer: C. Direct speech. Which type of speech reports meaning without exact words? A. Direct speech. B. Indirect speech. C. Loud speech. D. Fast speech. Answer: B. Indirect speech. What causes earthquakes? A. Rainfall. B. Wind. C. Earth's plates moving. D. Sunlight. Answer: C. Earth's plates moving. What are fault lines? A. Rivers. B. Plate boundaries. C. Volcano tops. D. Clouds. Answer: B. Plate boundaries. Cities on fault lines are at risk of A. Floods only. B. Earthquakes. C. Snowstorms. D. Tornadoes only. Answer: B. Earthquakes. What can underwater earthquakes create? A. Tornadoes. B. Tsunamis. C. Volcanoes. D. Droughts. Answer: B. Tsunamis. How fast can tsunami waves travel? A. Slower than cars. B. Faster than a jet plane. C. Slower than boats. D. Like walking speed. Answer: B. Faster than a jet plane. How high can tsunami waves become? A. 1 meter. B. 2 meters. C. Over 10 meter. D. 100 centimeters. Answer: C. Over 10 meter. When did the Great Tsunami happen? A. 1815. B. 1944. C. 26 दिसंबर 2004. D. 1707. Answer: C. 26 दिसंबर 2004. Where did the underwater earthquake occur? A. Japan. B. Italy. C. Indonesia near Sumatra. D. China. Answer: C. Indonesia near Sumatra. How far did the tsunami travel in 75 minutes? A. 60 km. B. 600 km. C. 6 km. D. 1000 km. Answer: B. 600 km. What was the effect of the tsunami? A. Celebration. B. Devastation and loss of lives. C. Good harvests. D. Peaceful weather. Answer B. Devastation and loss of lives. The word tsunami comes from A. Latin, B. Greek, C. Japanese, D. French. Answer C. Japanese. What does tsu mean? A. Sea, B. Harbor, C. Giant, D. Ship. Answer B. Harbor. What does nami mean? A. Water, B. Wind, C. Wave, D. Storm. Answer C. Wave. Who created the Great Wave of Kanagawa? A. Dal, B. Byron, C. Hokusai, D. Wright. Answer C. Hokusai. What appears in the background of the Great Wave of Kanagawa? A. Vesuvius, B. Fuji, C. Everest, D. Tambora. Answer B. Fuji. What is the me part of the artwork? A. Forest, B. Giant wave, C. Volcano, D. River. Answer B. Giant wave. What does the tsunami photograph show? A. Celebration, B. Devastation, C. Sports, D. Farming. Answer B. Devastation. Journalistic photographs often create A. Laughter only, B. Emotional responses, C. Confusion only, D. Silence only. Answer B. Emotional responses. What is a simile? A. Direct comparison using like or as, B. Opposite meaning word, C. Rhyming word, D. Silent description. Answer A. Direct comparison using like or as. What is a metaphor? A. Exact statement, B. Direct comparison without like or as, C. Question form, D. Opposite word. Answer B. Direct comparison without like or as. What feeling do the tsunami images create? A. Happiness only, B. Sadness and shock, C. Humor, D. Relaxation. Answer B. Sadness and shock. Why do journalists show disaster photographs? A. To hide the truth, B. To show the reality and impact of disasters, C. To entertain people, D. To advertise products. Answer B. To show the reality and impact of disasters. What is the main idea of the lesson? A. Natural disasters can be powerful and destructive, B. Oceans are always peaceful, C. Photography is easy, D. Earthquakes are harmless. Answer A. Natural disasters can be powerful and destructive. What skill does the lesson mainly teach? A. Cooking, B. Describing and interpreting disasters and images, C. Driving, D. Gardening. Answer B. Describing and interpreting disasters and images. Chapter 6A. Introduction. The text tells the true story of an elephant named Ningyong and her owner Yong during the 2004 tsunami in Thailand. Yong loved spending peaceful mornings on the beach with Ningyong before tourists arrived. On the day of the tsunami, strange things started happening. The sea suddenly pulled back, the elephants became nervous, and a huge wave rushed toward the beach. People became frightened and panicked. Ningyong bravely rescued two children by carrying them away from the giant wave. She ran quickly up the hill to safety and saved their lives. The story shows the intelligence, bravery, and instincts of elephants during dangerous situations. Summary: An amazing elephant, Ningyong's great day. The lesson tells the true story of an amazing elephant named Ningyong during the terrible tsunami disaster in Thailand on 26 December 2004. Ningyong was a young female elephant owned by a man named Yong. She worked on the beach by giving rides to children and tourists. Yong was very proud of Ningyong because she was strong, gentle, hardworking, and calm. Every morning, Yong woke up early and rode Ningyong to the beach before tourists arrived. These early mornings were Young's favorite time because the beach was peaceful and quiet. He loved watching the waves break on the white sand and enjoyed the beauty of the sea and sky. The beach felt like it belonged only to Young and Ningyong before the crowds came. On the morning of 26 December 2004, Young did not know that a terrible catastrophe was about to happen. A deadly tsunami caused by an underwater earthquake was moving toward the coast of Thailand. At another tourist center nearby, elephants had behaved strangely during the night. They were restless, pulled at their chains, and later broke free and ran uphill away from the beach. The elephant owners realized something was wrong and followed the elephants inland with some Japanese tourists. Meanwhile, Young continued his normal work on the beach. Ningyong carried children on her back and slowly walked through the hot sand and shallow water. Suddenly, Young noticed something strange happening. The water in the sea was disappearing quickly as if some huge invisible force was pulling it away from the shore. Tourists also noticed the strange sight. Some people ran away in fear, while others moved closer to look at the unusual event. Ningyong became nervous too. She stamped her feet, made strange sounds, and pulled at her ropes. Soon a loud roaring noise filled the air. Then people saw a gigantic wall of water racing toward the beach. Everyone stared in horror and disbelief because the wave was enormous and moving very fast. Panic spread everywhere. People screamed, shouted, and tried to escape while carrying children in their arms. At that moment, Young held tightly onto the frightened child already riding on Ningyong. Another little girl stood beside the elephant screaming in fear. Young shouted, "Ongkun," meaning, pick up. Ningyong immediately obeyed. She lifted the little girl gently with her trunk and placed her safely beside Young. Then Ningyong ran as fast as she could away from the beach. She raced up the hillside to safety carrying the children and Young on her back. Unlike hundreds of other people on the beach who died in the tsunami, Ningyong and her riders survived. The story teaches readers about bravery, quick thinking, natural instincts, and the strong bond between humans and animals. It also shows how animals can sometimes sense danger before humans do. Answers of all questions. Check Comprehension A. Question: why do you think early morning was Young's favorite time of day? Answer: early morning was Young's favorite time because the beach was peaceful and quiet. He enjoyed watching the waves and the beauty of the place before tourists arrived. Question: scan the text to find what two things Young did once he saw a wall of water approaching. Answer: Young held tightly onto the frightened child and told Ningyong to pick up another little girl. Check Comprehension B. Question: write down a synonym for engulf, line 9. Answer: swallow up. Question: read the following sentence. Ningyong plodded up and down the hot sand. What other words or phrases could replace the word plodded? Answer: walked wearily. Check Comprehension C. Question: explain what you think the people were thinking and feeling when they stared, in horror and disbelief. Answer: the people were terrified and shocked. They could not believe such a huge wave was coming toward them. Talk about vocabulary. Question: what does engulf mean? Answer: engulf means to swallow up or cover completely. Question: what does restless mean? Answer: restless means unable to stay calm or still. Question: what does oblivious mean? Answer: oblivious means unaware of what is happening. Question: what does plod mean? Answer: plod means to walk slowly and heavily. Question: what does gigantic mean? Answer: gigantic means extremely large or huge. Role-play activity. Question: what should the journalist do in the role-play? Answer: the journalist should ask questions and interview people about what they saw during the tsunami. Question: why should students read the story before role-playing? Answer: students should read the story to remember details and understand how people felt during the disaster. 3. Grammar, vocabulary exercise solutions. Question, give a synonym for engulf. Answer, swallow up. Question, replace the word plodded with another phrase. Answer, walked wearily. Question, what type of word is gigantic? Answer, gigantic is an adjective because it describes size. Question, what does the phrase wall of water describe? Answer, it describes the huge tsunami wave. Question, what feeling is created by the phrase horror and disbelief? Answer, it creates feelings of fear, shock, and panic. Important MCQs with answers. What is the name of the elephant in the story? A. Fuji. B. Ningyong. C. Yong. D. Hokusai. Answer, B. Ningyong. Who owned Ningyong? A. Pliny. B. Yong. C. Byron. D. Wright. Answer, B. Yong. What type of elephant was Ningyong? A. Male elephant. B. Wild elephant. C. She elephant. D. Baby elephant. Answer, C. She elephant. Where did Ningyong work? A. Forest. B. Beach. C. Farm. D. Circus. Answer, B. Beach. What did Ningyong do for tourists? A. Carried luggage. B. Gave rides to children. C. Pulled carts. D. Guarded houses. Answer, B. Gave rides to children. Why was Yong proud of Ningyong? A. She was lazy. B. She was strong and good-tempered. C. She was huge. D. She was fast only. Answer, B. She was strong and good-tempered. What was Yong's favorite time of day? A. Noon. B. Evening. C. Early morning. D. Midnight. Answer, C. Early morning. Why did Yong love early mornings? A. Beach was peaceful and beautiful. B. It was cold. C. Tourists arrived early. D. Ningyong slept. Answer, A. Beach was peaceful and beautiful. On what date did the tsunami happen? A. 1815. B. 1944. C. 26 दिसंबर 2004. D. 1707. Answer, C. 26 दिसंबर 2004. What disaster was approaching Thailand? A. Tornado. B. Tsunami. C. Volcano. D. Earthquake only. Answer, B. Tsunami. How were the elephants at the tourist center behaving? A. Calmly. B. Restlessly. C. Happily. D. Lazily. Answer, B. Restlessly. What did the elephants do during the night? A. Slept quietly. B. Broke their chains. C. Ate food. D. Ran to the beach. Answer, B. Broke their chains. Where did the elephants run? A. Toward the sea. B. Inland and uphill. C. Into the city. D. Into the water. Answer, B. Inland and uphill. What strange thing did Yong notice? A. Birds disappeared. B. Water was disappearing. C. Fire appeared. D. Scent turned black. Answer, B. Water was disappearing. What did the disappearing water mean? A. Rain was coming. B. A tsunami was approaching. C. The sea was drying. D. Fish was swimming away. Answer, B. A tsunami was approaching. How did Ningyong react? A. She slept. B. She stamped her feet and made noises. C. She ran into the sea. D. She became calm. Answer, B. She stamped her feet and made noises. What sound filled the air? A. Singing. B. Thunder. C. Low roaring noise. D. Music. Answer, C. Low roaring noise. What did people see approaching the beach? A. Fire. B. Wall of water. C. Sandstorm. D. Volcano. Answer B. Wall of water. How did people feel? A. Happy. B. Excited. C. Horrified and shocked. D. Relaxed. Answer C. Horrified and shocked. What spread around Yong? A. Fire. B. Panic. C. Happiness. D. Silence. Answer B. Panic. What was Yong holding tightly? A. Rope. B. Bag. C. Terrified child. D. Camera. Answer C. Terrified child. What was another little girl doing? A. Sleeping. B. Swimming. C. Screaming in terror. D. Laughing. Answer C. Screaming in terror. What did Yong shout to Ningyong? A. Run fast. B. Stop. C. Ungkun. D. Help. Answer C. Ungkun. What does Ungkun mean? A. Run away. B. Pick up. C. Be careful. D. Hurry up. Answer B. Pick up. How did Ningyong save the little girl? A. Pulled her by rope. B. Lifted her with her trunk. C. Pushed her. D. Carried her by mouth. Answer B. Lifted her with her trunk. Where did Ningyong run? A. Into the sea. B. Up the hillside. C. Toward the city. D. Into the forest. Answer B. Up the hillside. What helped Ningyong and the riders survive? A. Boat. B. Car. C. Running to high ground. D. Helicopter. Answer C. Running to high ground. What does engulf mean? A. Save. B. Swallow up. C. Lift. D. Pull. Answer B. Swallow up. What does gigantic mean? A. Tiny. B. Weak. C. Huge. D. Fast. Answer C. Huge. What is the main message of the story? A. Animals can sense danger and show bravery. B. Beaches are always safe. C. Tsunamis are small waves. D. Elephants cannot help people. Answer A. Animals can sense danger and show bravery.